spin crypto.
All right, it's Dino, Digispin Crypto, and I'm assuming my mic is working. I'm seeing everything here. I haven't used the system in a little while, so I'm checking things out. So everything looks good here. I got Super Puppy with me. Hey, Super Puppy. This is Squirt. Squirt's my my buddy. You can see his eyes. He hides them in there, right, Squirt? Yeah. So you reached Dino, Digispin Crypto. This is an awesome show. We're gonna give away 30,000 Electroneum. Now, I am not a financial advisor. I don't give it financial advice. So don't pretend that I am. And we're gonna also talk about some other stuff, and I'm gonna try to answer your questions to the best of my ability. If you should have any, and you put them on the chat. And those of you who are catching me live. Now, normally I do my show at night, but we're gonna try something different. We're doing it at midday. I wanted to try to get this taken care of. A lot of people have been patiently waiting to see who the grand winner will be for the 30,000 Electroneum. And I got delayed a little bit. Unfortunately, my dad ended up in the hospital, and I got notice just before I got on my plane. And so as soon as I landed in Orlando, I drove about an hour and a half out there to see him, and I kind of stayed there for a couple of days at the hospital. So made it in yesterday, and we get this taken care of for everybody. I appreciate everybody having a little patience with me and a little understanding. So that's all good stuff. Let's see what we got there. We got Numtinons out there, Silvius out there, Dave, Marcel, the TCC investor, and Namiko. Maniko. How's it doing? Yeah, jet lag. Numpty Num says, glad to see you home, Dino, and that you made it safely. You and I both are real happy. I have to tell you, it's a long flight to be sitting there. We got the better seats on the way home this time. So we could actually fit in the seats. And that was definitely a lot more comfortable. Maniko goes, hey Dino, hey, how's your jet lag? Everything normal again? No. I think I fell asleep. I was planning to do this show last night at 9:30, and so at 7 p.m. I said, well, let me take a little senior nap. And I never woke up. I think I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and went back to bed. Brent's out there. Brent says, yeah, hey Tito, glad you made it back safely also. Yeah, appreciate that, Brent. Yeah, it was an exciting trip. Hopefully I can tell you a little bit about it. We're going to do the contest first, because I know you guys want to see what that's all about. And then we can chat about stuff if you'd like. I can tell you about some extra video that I took that I'm going to make into some shows for you guys. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about those. And luckily, those that were watching the Digispin YouTube channel, you guys got a great play-by-play. I was trying to make it sort of like you were there type of situation where you could come along with me on the trip and see the events as they happen and then broadcast live. And that was a first for Electroneum. They've never let anybody broadcast live, Richard, so and in the headquarters. So that was pretty exciting to get that ability to do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed all that. The feedback I got was pretty good. RBR says, greetings from Germany. Thank you. I'm glad that you're able to catch the show. This might be a better time to do the show than late at night. So let's take a look. So let's see what we got here. Now let me give you a little bit of stuff. Now I'm gonna be very careful because I don't want to accidentally dox somebody's email address, okay? So I'm going to be very careful with the information. Like, for example, I can tell you about the top users, and I'll try to move that out. I have to make sure that the email addresses aren't showing, and go from there. But for everybody's edification, we had 121 contestants. I hope each and every one of you had an opportunity to put in more than one entry, which is good. So there was a total of 2,295 actions, which are entries, which is nice. So there was a lot that happened. And you can see here, just about everybody got the free automatic entry. Some people got the daily bonus. Those of you that were up on it got the super daily bonus, which really gave you a lot of entries. Now, obviously, if you have the most entries, doesn't mean you're going to win, but it does mean you're going to have a better chance. All right. From there, a lot of people visited Digispin Crypto on YouTube, and I want to thank everybody that took the time to enter and who joined the Digispin YouTube channel, who joined the Digispin Top Secret Telegram channel, just for folks like you and me to talk just about any crypto, not just Electroneum. And of course, those that followed me on Twitter, I do appreciate that you decided to join and catch up on the latest goofy things that I may say, because I'm just a goofy guy in a straw hat. And so I want to thank each and every one of you. It's great to see new folks participate. And you can see here, as some of the more tougher things, you can only do once, and not everybody did them. But there were some things on here to get some extra bonus entries. So let me move this off the screen here behind me. And before I do that, I'll move my fat head out of the way so you can kind of see what I was talking about here, and you can see all the stuff. And these were the entries that had happened and transpired for each one of the items. So you can pause that if you want to take a look. But I'm going to move this off the screen here so that I can take a look at the top users. I want to make sure I got names here, but I don't know if these names are just usernames or if they're actual names. I don't want to accidentally give away somebody's personal name, so let me take that out. I'm just going to show you the actions and the entries. Alright, let's put this back here. Alright, so on this side here, I removed the people's names. I wasn't sure if they were just their handles or if it was actual names, and I didn't want to show those. But you can see here our top actions and the top entries. We had 2 people with a total of 157 entries. I'm sure Kim was in there. She was doing really good. I want to move this over a second. Let's see here. Ramesh, I know Ramesh is out there all the time. Kim is up. Kim was number 4. As I know, she was always trying to find out where she was. So let's move this back here, and let me readjust this again. All right. So put that back. So 157 entries was the biggest, and which was pretty spectacular. And it went down succinctly from there. A lot of people have a lot of entries. You guys are going to have, people in that top 10 are going to have the best chance of winning. And it looks like there's maybe 20 people. And then it goes down really quick. Let's say halfway, you're at the halfway mark, you're around 100 entries. And then it goes down 2/3 of the way. It goes down to about 15 entries. We do have a couple of people. We have like 8 people with just 1 entry, a couple of people with 2, about 8 people with 3. So it's going to be tougher for them to win, but it's still possible. And so we're going to wish everybody the best of luck when we go to do this. Now, let me make sure that you guys don't have something you want to tell me before I do this. Perfect. So Namiko goes, it's perfect streaming time. So it's 8 p.m. here, perfect time. Most of the live streams are in the middle of the night, so it's really nice to see you live. So there you go. So who knows, maybe I might be able to do these more in the afternoon. All right. So we get a lot of people. Now, so let me tell you how it works. I'm using the Gleam system, and it is a contesting system. All right, let's move this back here. Promote winners, reporting winners. Okay, so I'm using this Gleam system, and it's a website called Gleam.io, and they can, they take care of all the stuff. I just set up, how to get entries and where to go to get, to lock them in. But you had to run through the Gleam system. So it's a system that large corporations use, big brands use it, so that they can give away all sorts of good stuff. It's a really great contest. I think I paid $75 or something for a year's service. It was under $100 for me to buy a year's service to use it. They do have a free version, but you get some more features with it. So this here is going to automatically draw the winner. So it tells me that I have one prize left, which is the one prize for 30,000 Electroneum, and I guess I'm supposed to click here. I've never done this before, and I haven't been able to do it, so I'm supposed to click here. The Gleam system is going to go out, mix up all the entries, and it's going to randomly pick out of a hat and pull out a ticket. All right. So those of you who have 150 tickets, you have obviously a better chance to win than the guys with just 1 or 2 tickets. They can still win, but it's going to be a lot harder. Because there's 4,136 entries that was created with 2,295 actions. That was when you clicked the button, but some buttons gave you more entries. So there's over 4,000 tickets in the hat. Right? So my big thing is, I'm going to draw the winner. My concern is that it's going to show their email address or something. So what I want to do is maybe I'll move this off screen, and then I'll push the button, and then I'll bring it back on screen. I hope that guy works for you guys, because I don't want to accidentally give out somebody's email address. I've never clicked this button before, so I don't know what information it's going to give me, and I don't want to mess anybody up, okay, by accident. So I'm going to slide this to my secondary screens, and I'm going to push the draw winner button right here. And then as long as it looks good and there's no detailed information, I'm going to slide it right back over. If there's detailed information, I'll modify it so that we can only see who the winner is. Alright, so let me move that over. Let's slide this puppy onto the other screen. I'm going to click draw winner. You guys ready? And it's drawing. It says winners to draw, one winner out of 121 winners, and I'm gonna draw, and it's drawing 10%, 100%, boom. So it did, and I'm glad I put this to the side because it did give an email address. All right, so let me see how I can. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna say is the winner is in Turkey. The winner is in Turkey. So if you live in Turkey, you could be the winner. So let's take a look here. All right. It was entry number 2525. And let's see how the best way to deal with this. How am I going to cut out his information? Let me put it here. I'm going to put it. Let's see if I can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little box. Alright, I'm going to put this over here so you can see part of the information. I'm using the live the live chat thing there just to hide it. Daily bonus, okay. All right, so I got the whole thing on this screen. I'm gonna make a little box here to cover up the guy's email address. I don't want to accidentally dox him. Let's move this over here. Oh, what a pain. All right, and I'm gonna put this box over the guy's email address. And there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna take off the chat. There it is, there. So here is our winner. Hey! The winner is Sabri Tally. Sabri Tally. It's got a little caricature of himself there, and it's S-A-B-R-I. Tally, T-A-L-A-Y. So congratulations to you. You are a winner of 30,000 Electroneum. Now, how this is going to work is I'm going to use the email address. I'm going to send you an email for you to give me your Electroneum wallet. All right. We'll do a test run. I'll send you, 10 Electroneum just to make sure that they go across and you get them. And then once you confirm that you've got the 10, I'm going to send you 30,000 more so that we make sure you get these. We don't want these disappearing in hyperspace or if you accidentally forgot off a character or something like that, because I can't replace them if they get lost. So we'll do a test on it. So that's how we're going to do it. Congratulations again to Sabri Tally in Turkey. All right. And he's got everything you need. Now, I don't know how many 7 actions needed. I don't know how many entries Sabri had, but congratulations to him. He's the big winner. What exciting. Woo. That's great. And I'm sure it'll be a great thing for Sabri to be able to sock away, and hopefully it'll be very useful to him going into the future. That's great. Now, in the future, I don't know if you guys ever saw, if you watched some of my videos, you'll see one called the Great Electroneum Treasure Hunt. I'm going to work on that next. All right. And last time we did it, it was phenomenal. It was an amazing treasure hunt where you get to go out there and solve puzzles. And when you got answers, you typed it into a robot, and it told you if you were successful or not. And if you were, it gave you the hint to figure out the next puzzle. And the person that got all the puzzles and the secret phrases and passwords presented that to me, and then they won the Great Electroneum Treasure Hunt. So I'm going to work on that going forward. Hopefully in a month or two I can get that up and running again for 2020, and we can have an exciting time. Keep your eyes open for that. It'll be a blast. Let's go out to the chat here and see what everybody's got to say. All right. Spin the hat and choose the winner. So we did that, and we did find our winner. Let's see. None says, I wonder if Richard's wearing your hat. Probably not. I think he left it at the office. And the last thing he wants to do is look like me. Though I do, he did look very casually dashing in the hat. I did get a couple of photos with it, so I'm going to put them on the website. Yeah, on the show. I'm definitely going to have a little button here to pop up Richard, and he's going to go, super exciting, with his straw hat. But the fact of the matter is I'm sure he's used to fancier hats. I don't even think he wears a hat. Eduardo is out there. Eduardo said, Dino, I think you're great, and I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody thinks I'm great. My dog thinks I'm great because I give him biscuits. But, to have an actual person think that I'm great, I appreciate that a lot. Hey, DEFCON's out there. And he's like, holy smokes, I got a live show. Yeah, it's because I was able to do this during the day, which is rare. All right, so we got a lot of congratulations. Namiko's congratulations. Numpty Nuns, Masume, he goes, oh darn, I'm not in Turkey. Don't worry, there'll be more contests for you. Stick around. We'll do some more stuff. We'll do some more stuff. It's always fun to do, and we'll have some more things for you guys to do. Whether we have more contests. If I do another contest like this, I'll use the same system, and so you guys will be familiar with it and know how to do it. We got Alessio. Well, hello to you too. Thanks for visiting Digispin Crypto. Now make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Put those notes down there. Now I noticed before I even started the show, there was already like somebody disliked me. The show didn't even start yet. So everybody's got their haters. But it is important to subscribe. You're going to get the best news and information here regarding Electroneum right here at Digispin Crypto. So if you're going to subscribe anywhere and you're curious about Electroneum, this is the place to do it. All right, let's see what else we got. Michael's giving them congratulations to the winner. Numpty Numps, he's going, yeah, 30,000 Electroneum will give you some nice top-ups on your phone. Absolutely. All right. DK Dithcon saying, yeah, I watched your UK streams. Great streams there. It was. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Each show that I did. Let's see if I can bring that up real quick. That if you get an opportunity, and I'm sure most of you guys watched it as they came out live. I tried to give a nice experience so that you could kind of follow my footsteps as I was going along with the environment. But at the Digispin show, you guys will see them out there, and it was a whole series of shows that were all live right out of England, and as I traveled, so getting ready to fly, checking in at the airport, heading to Electroneum tomorrow at the hotel. At the meetup, we had a meetup where we met quite a few different folks. Got a chance to meet Numpty Numps. Numpty Numps is a great guy. There was a bunch of guys out there. It was just fantastic to spend a few minutes with each one of you. We were buying each other some beers and some cheese platters, and we had Oliver there. It was a blast. So these went through those live things, and then of course we had the live show, and then I did a basic wrap up as we go, afterwards. So that all turned out really good. Let's see. All right, so Michael goes, hey Dino, you're gonna do a recap of the show. Let's see here. Are you gonna do a recap video of your visit to ETN? So I do have a wrap up that I did, and obviously that's this one right here, the Electroneum wrap up, which kind of wrapped up the visit. But yes, the answer is that we'll do some kind of we'll talk about it a little bit more. I also have a lot of unseen footage, so I'm gonna decide whether or not to make those into videos. I probably will. There's a couple of questions that Richard answered. Maybe I'll make little 5-minute videos. What's Richard's thoughts on this? And you'll get to see some new footage. I also had an opportunity to interview the graphic arts guys who make Electroneum look so fantastic visually, and AnyTask website. So I'll bring those interviews to you. I had a chance was it Connor, I think it was, and one of the technical leads, one of the operational leads, and I got a chance to do a really nice interview with Chris Harrison, and so that's pretty exciting also. I think I have maybe 35, 40 minutes, it's probably 35 minutes talking with Chris Harrison. And we talked about the ledger, we talked about what they're working on, what they're doing, and how how everything came into place with proof of responsibility. I'll get that together as soon as I can, because I don't want that to get too stale before the time goes on. So I'll try to get that out to you guys as fast as possible. That'll be an edited video, and I'll get that out to you. So it'll be nice to see some other folks that are behind the scenes making things happen. Chris Harrison was the nicest guy, and him and Andre are fantastic. It's great when I have an opportunity to chat with them on some of the channels. And Chris was a lot nicer than I thought he'd be. It was a real handsome guy, real tall, and clearly knows what he's doing, and very personable. You guys are going to enjoy the interview when you see him. All right, let's see what else we got there. Numpty Nuts goes, "Hey, Dino, it was a pleasure to meet you and your lovely wife." Too much beer. Yes, Numpty Numps had his fair share of the beer. He definitely enjoyed the beer and wine, that's for sure. He's a very happy guy. If you ever get a chance to talk to Numpty Numps on Twitter or Telegram, make sure you do. He's a nice guy. All right, I got my buddy Krista out there, Christopher Cooley, and so the jerk seasoning. Now, Chris took an hour and a half out of his time, and he met me in London. So he met Janice and I in London when we went there, and we were at the Hilton in London, and it was spectacular to have him come and visit us. We spent a couple of hours, had some dinner together and a couple of drinks, and I can't tell you what a pleasure it was, and what an amazing person to get to finally shake his hand. I've been talking to him for quite a while, almost 2 years, and we've always wanted to have a beer together, and it was an experience of my life. All right, let's see what else we got there. The Crypto Niffler. Yeah, Richard wearing your hat was epic. I had it put to the side, and I wasn't sure I was going to do it. I had bought it. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll take it. And then Brett goes, "Dino, make sure you bring a hat for Richard." And I'm like, all right, now I'm going to bring the hat. So you can thank Brett for reinforcing my desire to bring the hat for Richard to wear. And so I thought that was great. And I was hoping that we would be able to interview Richard. He was going out on a flight that day, and it was kind of a whirlwind going into Electroneum headquarters. Everything was, was pretty fast. Getting time with Richard was really tough, and you wanted to let him kind of, tell us about stuff. You didn't want to, stop him from doing that, so you kind of let that go. And then his office assistant came in and kept pushing him out, saying, "You gotta go to the plane, you gotta make the plane, you gotta make the plane, you gotta get on the bus," whatever. You gotta make the train to get to the plane. So we had a train ride that he had to make, and all that other stuff. So it was a real whirlwind. I wanted to be able to stay a little bit more, but somebody else had drove me. If I had drove myself, I definitely would have kind of loitered until they literally threw me out. But I kind of had to participate the way everybody else was. But yes, it was very fun to see Richard in the straw hat. He looked good. I thought he looked good. Very casual chic. That's great. Let me see if I missed anybody here. Endo Man's out there. Let's see. Crypto Quarter Crawler. We see out there. That's good. It's good. Oh my gosh. Let me see what else we got. Jerry wants to go and say, hey, how was the London Perps, Dino? Good fun there? I'm a dumb American. I don't know what perps are. I'm assuming you mean perks or what have you. But yeah, it like any major city, if you have money to spend, or an income and money to spend, living in New York City or living in London is some of the most amazing experience you'll ever have. If you don't have money, you'll live like a rat. And that's in any major city. Same with New York. You end up living like a rat if you don't have any money. So it really comes down to funding. Luckily, I was on vacation, so I was really willing to spend whatever I wanted to spend. So we had a great time and took lots of pictures. I'll see if I can put together something. What I can tell you is that if you're in the U.S., London is something you want to visit. It's where all the history comes from. There are buildings there with lawyers in them that have been practicing law longer than the United States has been in existence, and it's rather fascinating to learn all of the history and see a lot of the buildings that were built in stone after the Great Fire. So there's history everywhere, and it's fascinating, to see a city that was started well over 2,000 years ago by the Romans. So, and where it is today, and it's very much from London itself. Very much reminds me of pretty much USA, the United States. There's every type of person, size, shape, color, space Martian, whatever you are. There's just about everything in London, and everybody seems to get along just well, and just kind of doing their daily lives. But the architecture and the buildings were fantastic, and the history is fantastic. It's a must go to if you're going to travel anywhere. You definitely want to visit. It's an easy trip because it's you're speaking the same language. It's easy to convert your fiat, and definitely put it on your list. All right. Let's see what else we got here. In the window, man. How do the Electroneum people look at price of the coin, Dino? Or don't they look at it at all? Because they see the usage of the top-ups, any task, and rely more on growth. All right, so I have to think this stuff through because I don't want to accidentally say stuff that I shouldn't. All right, but how it works is that Electroneum is always aware of the price, and Electroneum is very, should say, the folks of Electroneum, the executives, the management, or whatever you want to call them. I'm call them the folks of Electroneum. Are also extremely up and up. Richard's a businessman. He's a nice guy. It's great to watch his videos, but he's a businessman. Don't kid yourself. All right, and he and his team are not going to say or get involved in anything that would put a liability on Electroneum Limited. All right, so they want to ensure that they're not involved with talking about price, where they think the price will go, what they're doing with this or what they're doing with that. It's they're not going to answer anything about price. And that is to make sure that they stay in conformance with the laws that are around the world, mainly U.S. and European and English law. Now, clearly, they keep an eye on the price. They see the price. Clearly, it's my personal opinion. They clearly want the price to go up. They would love to see Electroneum worth more. It's in their best interest. It's less coins that they have to give to the reward system to make sure that people get $3. And the less coins, the longer they can give them out. All right. I'm sure some of them own Electroneum. They want to see the price go up also. Now, what Electroneum, the folks of Electroneum are focused on is producing an infrastructure, a cycle, an ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, that the Electroneum coin will be used in. And if you do that, the price will follow. It's as simple as that. So they're going to talk about the success of what they're doing to make the Electroneum system work, be useful to people, and be productive. And it's going to be up to the people if they want to buy Electroneum or not. And the more folks that see a value in it, purchase it, the price goes up. All right, it's just a natural order of things. Now, Electroneum, when Bitcoin goes up slowly, Electroneum, I've noticed, Electroneum has a tendency to ride that little wave. It has a tendency of being able to ride that little wave. When Bitcoin does a tear, goes up $500, $1,000 overnight, only the top 20 coins kind of can surf that. Just about all the other coins can't. And Electroneum, for some reason, the people that hold it dump it, and there must be a lot of traders seem to dump it and put their money back into Bitcoin to catch the wave. So Electroneum seems to take a beating sat-wise. Now, if you take a look at the dollar value, it's the same. It's gone up in dollar value. It's worth more than it was yesterday and the day before. Sat-wise, fiat-wise, USD-wise, but sat-wise, it comes down. So if you take a look, you'll see the USD value going up. Let's bring this up. All right. All right, so when you're taking a look at this here, you can clearly see the green line. The USD price has been steadily going up, and that's a reflection of Bitcoin. And to keep that steady, obviously it's been reasonably steady, but it's going up. But the SAT price, you don't need as many Bitcoin SATs to be able to make that happen, Satoshis to make that happen. So the SAT price is back down to where it was way over there. And I think 40, it seems to like to be around that 40 mark. And I think I've seen it as low as 36 at one point, 36 sats. But it seems to like to float in that 40 mark on the low end. But the good news is that it still has a value. it's still holding its USD value. So that's a it's a mixed bag. We're not losing money, but if you're trading via Bitcoin, yeah, you have less Bitcoin. You have more USD, but you have less Bitcoin. So it's a mixed win when you take a look at it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We got X9Ts out there. Hola. And Jerry's out there. Let's see. Jerry's saying, next, you pass by Paris and you'll be my guest. I'll show you some unforgettable places to see. My wife wanted to go to Paris. She's like, can't we drive over to Paris? I'm like, I go, you do realize England is an island? I said, but I think there is a tunnel that you can drive through. Probably like a 25-mile tunnel or something, or a 20-mile tunnel. I go, there is a tunnel, but we don't have that much time. And I know there's a train you can take through. And I said, I don't know. I think there was some, there were people on strike and all this other stuff. I was, we'll skip it. But if I make it to Paris, Jerry, you're definitely the first person I'm going to see. Let's see what else we got here. They are still in the process for laying down the groundwork of the plan. Every step, especially at the beginning, must be done with the utmost care and thought. Okay. Yes, and yes. What I'm going to tell you is they have a lot of people jammed into that building. The second floor where everybody's at, there was a lot of folks. I mean, there were just desks next to each other. They couldn't have been maybe 5-foot desks, and they just got, every desk was filled. It was a shocking amount of people working in Electroneum. They all had stuff to do. What I'm gonna tell you is that these guys, there's a lot of stuff being done. And there's a lot of stuff that still has to be released and announced. And that's really all I can say there. There's a lot more coming. And some of these newer things that are going to be coming, I think are going to make a better impact for the usage of Electroneum. And so you're gonna want to hang in there, because I think that they will bring some additional value to having Electroneum in your pocket. Okay, and I'll talk with Oliver, and I'll find out what can and can't be said, and when it can and can't be said. For the most part, you're going to hear it from Electroneum first, and then I can comment on it and what I think about that. But what I can tell you is that they have a lot going on. They have a decent amount of stuff still to be released that's pretty much done, but it just got to be polished. And things that are going to help make a difference, and why you'd want to have Electroneum in your pocket. And don't ever think, and I'm telling you this as a fact, don't ever think that they're not doing anything. They're sitting on their hands and stuff's not going on, or they're pissing in the wind or what have you. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of people doing it. So I was very, very happy to see the quantity of people and the amount of work that's being done at Electroneum. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Okay. Jerry's going on. What is your thought about the 24-hour volume? Still very low. Is there something to worry about? No, actually, I was surprised. The volume has gone up lately. From what I remember, it was like 200, and the other day it was 250. And let's see what we got today. So 226. We were in the, the 96, 115,000 range. So the volume has picked up. Is it at a point that's going to make a difference? It's getting closer. We start hitting 400 or 500 USD a day. It's going to make a big difference. But I'm quite happy to see that we've been consistently over 200,000 a day. So personally, I think it's going in the right direction, Jerry. All right. The Crypto Nuffler says, I'm willing to wait for the great results and just keep filling my bags. Well, that's a good choice for you. Everybody has to make a decision whether they believe that all of this good work that Electroneum is producing, and will release will ultimately bring value. And I'm on your side. I see a lot of good stuff that none of the other. There's a handful of coins that have an ecosystem as robust and as thorough as Electroneum has now. Never mind what they're going to be releasing the balance of this year. And there's clearly a use and a reason to have Electroneum. I think that as we start to see Electroneum being talked about in major newspapers, magazines, that type of stuff, it'll start to bring more interest into what is this and what's it about and what's it doing. So I tend to be in your corner. I think that I guess it's like the Bitcoin guys. They mined all these Bitcoins, and they gave them away, and what is it good for? And they, it's never going to do anything, and the price collapsed on them, and they got rid of them. And there are guys that had hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins, and they have none today because they got rid of them. We made it to $10, and so they sold them. And instead of just sitting on them. And I'm going to tell you, it takes a constitution of steel to say, hey, I'm taking a solid risk. I see what these guys are doing. I see maybe 4 or 5 other coins that have anything that comes close to this, and I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna drop $250,000 on these coins and buy 30 million or whatever, 40 million coins or whatever it is, and to sit on these things. So it's up to each and every person what they're gonna do. I think it's for me. It's if I was gonna invest in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, obviously, I think Ethereum and Electroneum are the only things that I'm going to put my money into. Not to say that there aren't other great coins. There are 20, 25 other coins out there that are super, and there's going to be a lot of coins that are going to make money. But ultimately, those 3 coins I think have a significant chance of success, in my personal opinion. Okay. John Johnson, he goes, Dino, hope all is well. Do you think we can expect some price increase as this bullish market intensifies? All right, so based on what I've seen so far, when, like I was saying before, if Bitcoin does a tear, a lot of the altcoins take it in the shorts because everybody exits from them and tries to catch the wave on Bitcoin. And unfortunately, Electroneum seems to fall in that category. when Bitcoin slowly goes up and it kind of goes sideways, Electroneum does really well. It's able to catch up and lift itself. And so we're going to have to see where it goes. Would I like to see a penny by the end of the year? Yeah, I would. I would be not upset or anything, but I would be disappointed if we didn't see a penny by the end of the year. Just on a target basis. It's been a couple of years. We've got a lot of great stuff out there. There should be some good marketing. There should be some great things going to happen. I'd like to see that penny be hit, if not more. But I'd like to see a penny, and it's not that hard. We need to get it back over ICO price. We both know this. Everybody here who's watching this show knows this. We need to get Electroneum back over ICO price. It's an important milestone that should happen, that we would like to see happen. It's in everybody's best interest, those that originally purchased, and it's in the best interest for Electroneum to be greater than the ICO price when dealing with governments and things like that. It's a good sign, and I think would make their tasks and job easier going forward. So I'd like to see that happen. I won't sell. I'm not going to sell because I'm going to stick in with this thing for many, many years. But the fact of the matter is that it'd be nice to see a penny. So Jerry's saying, hey, yeah, Dino, get to Paris in only 2 hours. Straight through the tunnel. Yeah, I figured as such. All right, let's see here. What's the matter, Squirt? Come here. What do you think the fact that E1010 will not be in the Barcelona event? So Jerry's going... I'm assuming you're talking about the Mobile World Congress, MWC. I think that the odds for the MWC. So I know that they wanted to go to Singapore, and I think with this coronavirus going around, and you've already got large-scale companies pulling out, I think that it's pretty possible that won't happen at all. Why? You're not going to put your company at risk or your employees at risk for any reason, even though it's not in China. It's the general area, and God knows what it's going to be like then. So personally, I would not be going to the Asian version. Now, the Barcelona one, I think that, I used to do a show called IAPA, which is a theming and event show. And those that make props and displays, you'd go there, show off your stuff. And here's the thing, is that when you go to a show like that, you meet lots of folks. People stop at your booth, you discuss stuff. And then when you leave, it's very difficult to have any metrics on, hey, like when I would do the show, it would cost me, $15,000 to do that show. And that was only because it was here in my hometown. When I would go to St. Louis and do the giant Halloween show, I'd spend $30,000 to do that show, and but I would be able to write $60,000-$70,000 worth of business and then get additional orders. So back to the IAPA, when you're doing stuff like that, you don't write business there. It's rare to write business at a show like that, and then the Mobile World Congress. So over the year, you'll get phone calls, and a year later you can get a phone call. Hey, I'd like to order something from you. So it made it very difficult to put some metrics on whether or not there was a return on that. Additionally, I think that they have a lot going on. to with the business and with folks that want to get involved with Electroneum. So I'm not sure the dollar, spending the money would be worth it for them. But you'd have to ask Oliver. I'm sure he can explain the truth from somebody that actually knows. I can only give you my personal opinion on that. All right. Daniel goes, yeah, I'd like to see Electroneum to 1 cent also. Okay. Sylvia says, yeah, from my point of view, I think Electroneum's the next big thing in crypto. And it's going to be one of the next big things, absolutely. Completely undervalued and misunderstood so far. There's only people like you, me, and everybody in this chat, people who watch this show, truly understand what Electroneum's doing. You ask the average crypto person out there, they don't even know what Electroneum's about, what it's doing. Oh, isn't that fake mobile thing that does gaming? And they haven't kept up with it. They have no idea what Electroneum's doing. I spend a lot of my time. I belong to a Telegram group with 170 of the top YouTubers out there, and we kind of chat with each other, and I spend a lot of time keeping them up to date with what Electroneum's doing, because I think I believe it's, in my personal opinion, doing them a service so that they understand and can talk with intelligence, or find themselves curious to look further into what Electroneum's about, and not what the rumor is, but what it actually is. And most of them were quite surprised to see the amount of stuff that's being done. They had no idea. What's the matter, Squirt? Hey, let me let my dog out the door. Hang on a second here. You want to go outside? Sure. There we go. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Now, I had to open the door for him, let him run out. He'll come back anyway, but what are we gonna do? So I spend a lot of time just making sure that they understand what the truth is, and they can make a decision whether or not they want to cover it. But I think it's important. Celia says, "Greetings from Romania." Yes. We have a lot of folks in Romania, and it appears that Romania happens to be a very important place, not only for WebDollar, but for Electroneum as well. Very interesting. You guys over there in Romania, you guys are some busy guys out there. All right. Let's see here. Jerry says, "Yeah, penny shouldn't be hard to reach." I agree. We've been at a penny easily. It's something easy to get to. I'd like to see it hit that and be able to stay at it, if not more. Let's see here. Let's see. Numpty Nunts is saying, not long until full launch of any task, 6 weeks or less, then the marketing will kick off. Yeah, let's talk about that, any task. And, obviously, we're in a soft launch. I think I coined that. I told them, call it a soft launch. And that's basically what they're doing. They have the soft launch, so everybody can check it out and see what it's all about, kind of get the ball rolling. Once they have enough stuff in place, and they make sure they get out any additional bugs or problems that should arise, then they could do a hard launch. And a hard launch basically just means they're going to start to market towards people that are not in the crypto industry, that are not crypto people. They're going to start marketing it to places that that Fiverr uses. They're going to go after that audience, because you can do it with a credit card. The whole idea is to go, if you did here's the truth. If you did a gig website and you only accepted ETN and passed the ETN to the user, you'd get a couple hundred people, and that's it. That's it, or 1,000 people, or whatever. But that's it. Now, by making it something that can compete with, with Fiverr and all these other gig sites, and you pay for it with a credit card, anybody in the world now can be a customer. All right, and now you're talking, millions of people able to use, or that will be using the site, and billions that have the ability to. It clearly is what has to happen. Now, once you start marketing to those people that are not in the crypto industry, you start to bring in services. Hey, I'll give it a shot. I pay $5 on Fiverr. I get paid $5 on any task, and I know that the dollars are going to, or the Electroneum, the cryptocurrency, will go to somebody who could use the value, whether it's somebody in the States or somebody in some of the polar south countries, South America, in Africa, in South Asia. These are all areas that even Cambodia, they would love to be able to have their citizens earn money and bring money into the country. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But keep in mind, any task, just when they go live and they start advertising, any task is not going to make the Electroneum price jump up overnight. A website, for it to get used and appreciated, could take years, just like everything else. But everything they add and have added continues to build some gravitas, some muscle, some strength behind the usefulness of the coin, and that's why it's so important. And it gives it the ability to have sustained usage and sustained growth when the time comes. It's not just a quick burner. So yeah, we're gonna do this and that, and then they change. These are things that are strategic and adds to a complete ecosystem where this coin will be able to be used, earned, kept, spent, and there's a lot more coming in regards to all of that. All right, let's see what else we here. Let's roll. There we go. Yeah, no, you're perfectly on target. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's always appreciated. Like to know that you like to visit, chat with me every once in a while. It's all good. I'm going to call it for today, for right now. If I missed your question on the chat, I apologize, but I'm going to call it for today. I've got to get back to work. I took an hour to do the show and get to it. So I'm going to be working on the videos, the extra videos that I have footage from Electroneum headquarters, and I'll be getting back online in the evening, and we can chat and go through some other stuff, and I can present some other information. Again, I want to congratulate the winner who won the 30,000 Electroneum. I think that's pretty fantastic. And I'll see you next time on Digit Spin Crypto. Take care.